Hey guys, wanted to make a quick video on something I was thinking about the other day. I was reading a manga chapter, and in it, a character used a form of two-weapon fighting where their second hand, the second light weapon, was used more to guide the right weapon into a more favorable position. And it got me thinking, in D&D, there's only one style of two-weapon fighting, and there's only one effect. You make your first hit when you take the attack action, and once you do, you can use your bonus action to make another hit. Whether you want to throw it, whether you want to make a hit, it's up to you, but you don't add the modifier. So I wanted to propose some alternatives to this. This is just something I threw together in a couple of minutes. If you have any other ideas, it's completely up to you whether you want to put in your games or not. I think it'd be cool. But these are some alternative styles I thought of. Starting off, we have Throne, which basically removes the first aspect of two-weapon fighting where you can make a melee attack and completely focuses on the thrown aspect of the two-weapon fighting. So by giving up the ability to make a melee attack, you can make a thrown attack with modifiers to the damage. It's a pretty hefty negative and with only a small reward. But if you were playing a character that is like short sword wielding with a row of daggers for their other hand, I think it would fit pretty in line for something like that where they make a melee attack and they just throw a dagger. Following this, we have Riposte. Now, Riposte is sort of the opposite of the Throne, where instead of getting rid of the melee attack, we just get rid of the Throne entirely. And this is because if you do not make a weapon attack, until your following turn, you get a +1 bonus to your armor class. Increased by 1 for each increased weapon rarity. I like to think of this as more of someone using a more defensive approach to two-weapon fighting, where they have a main hand for fighting and an alternative hand where they flexibly use it to follow up with another strike or to parry away other strikes that are coming towards them. Following this, we have Secretive. I don't really like this name. I just came up with it because I had to go with something. And I don't really like this effect either, but in my mind I had 4 effects when I first thought of this, so I thought this is what I was thinking of. I'm not entirely sure. Basically, for this style, instead of using a bonus action, you use a reaction. This may be a tad strong because normally the only other reaction you have at this time is your opportunity attack, unless you have a spell or something. And this also frees up your bonus action for something like cunning action, or I think that's what it's called, the level 3 rogue feature. I don't really like this one a lot, but it is something that could be adjusted to if your character is someone that likes to backstab people a lot or attack without the other person's knowledge. A very secretive character. So I came up with a name, I guess. And I guess the last style was the most accurate to my inspiration for this. It's guiding. You can use your bonus action. The wording is a little bit different here because originally you're supposed to take the attack action first before you can use two-weapon fighting. In this case, you could use your bonus action first in order to get your light weapon to guide the strike of the main action attack, giving it a +2 bonus. Small bonus, but for those of you who like guaranteeing strikes, which is a very useful feature for rogues since they want to get their sneak attack out, this is a very helpful style, sacrificing an attack in order to make your first attack a little bit easier to hit. Now, while I was writing this, there are some couple thoughts I had, and this is up to your discretion. This could be under a feat label with the upcoming change variant, I should say, where you could take a feat at level 1. This could be something that could be added where you can change up your two-weapon fighting I don't think the feat should be entirely just one style. Maybe you can choose from this, swap between this, or maybe it's just an add-on to another more important description of the feat, like the feat does something else and this 2-weapon fighting style change is just something minor added alongside. But this could be labeled under the feat. Or working alongside that, we could completely remove this from 2-weapon fighting and call it something else. I know that there are fighting styles where fighters can like get a +2 to the AC or like a +1 to their range attack, stuff like that. And we can like incorporate this into like the fighting styles for like rogues maybe, or any class that uses 2-weapon fighting. But that seems like a bit of a hassle. I like this alternative where when you pick up 2-weapon fighting, you can pick from a list. It should give some interesting variance and interesting variance in combat, especially at early levels where 2-weapon fighting is more prone and you don't have much use for your bonus actions, and when you don't have cunning action unlocked at level 3. This could be an interesting alternative. Maybe you can swap this out at certain levels. Every level you can like change your 2-weapon fighting. I don't really like this idea. I think if you're going to pick a style, you should stick with it. But that is an alternative that you can think about for your games. That's pretty much it for this video. I think I said all that needs to be said about this variant. You can adopt this into your play. I didn't move this to the homebrewery format because I'm lazy and there's not really much to move over. But if you guys request it, maybe I'll put it onto the homebrewery format and put it onto my Patreon. But for now, this is all thoughts I really have on this matter.